Hello and welcome to the Sidings. Been a while since I've been in trains. Just haven't had the motivation to get in the game again. But today, we're looking at something that dropped a long while ago, and like I said, I haven't had the motivation to review it. These are the Western Pacific Mallets, or Challengers. So first off, that's our whistle on one. I'm trying to see if all the different variations have a different whistle, which apparently they don't. It's just different weathering, different stack design, everything. So let's climb aboard our noble steed here. Look in the cab. And there we go. These are the cab views. Which I think are good. I will admit it. Cab views do lift the model. Now, am I a big fan of Challengers? Yes and no. Huh, okay, there's a problem. A glitch. If you're facing a certain way in the cab, you cannot hear the whistle. Which I think is not really that realistic. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but you should be able to hear the whistle no matter which way you look at the cab. We're just taking a small train up the line. And we're going to see how she performs. But so far, moving light engine, she's performing pretty well. And I do love the weathering. I think it is great. I think the weathering, it's well done, well applied, you name it. But, like I said, that one little area where the whistle can't be heard, or it's only heard on the other side of the cab, depending on how you look, is a little bit of a pain in the backside. Because how are you supposed to know if the whistle actually works? So this is our freight train. We're to meet some RSs. And that's our caboosey woosey. Now, granted, on a branch line like this, a Challenger would have no problem But for what she's doing, that's not bad. And she seems to really enjoy kind of a bit of a slower run. She doesn't really. What it feels like is she either wants to do a light train fast or a heavy train slow. Which reminds me, gentlemen, we are on a railway, so therefore, uphill fast, downhill slow, tonnage first, safety last. And for what she can do, and what we're seeing her do, she seems to have a lot of, I don't know what you would call this, get up and go? But with this kind of dirty, grimy livery, it feels more like she's like, I just want to take it easy. I just want to take it easy. I don't care what I have to do to take it easy. I'm taking it easy. Which way is the... Where is the longer siding? There we go. I'm gonna throw the switch. And hopefully we don't go tipping her over in the sidings. But as we come into the sidings, what are my thoughts on this pack of engines? It's up to you whether you get them or not. I'm okay with them. I don't mind them. I mean, if you're doing like a big old heritage railway and you need to, and your railway's moving, you know, tons of freight, and you don't really want to be dealing with little slobber bucket locomotives, little 060s, 080s, things like that, this is what you're gonna want. But if you're like me and you like your little branch lines like this branch line right here, this thing is only good if you're doing like mainline trains like a BNSF or whatever. But I'm not gonna say, oh, you need this, or oh, you don't need this. Unlike, say, a Caledonia Works engine, like the A3s that I reviewed. A pack that I would actually say you need, because the A3s that we have are horrible. I don't care that there's cars building up. They can jolly well suffer and wait. But that's the thing, like, this engine, it's very niche. As to why you would use it. It's very... I don't want to use it. Or I have this specific route, or I have this specific engine, or I have this specific siding. You know, I have this specific route. It's this many miles. And I'm moving a ton of freight or a ton of passengers. Therefore, I'm going to use it. Whereas if you're playing another... Whereas if you're like me, and like I said, you like your branch lines, you don't need this unless you're doing mainline freight trains. I mean, a Selkirk, a 210-4, for all that it is in terms of being a big engine, would be a little more practical on a branch line than this would be. But I'm going to leave you with the choice whether you buy it or not. But I will be seeing you in the next review. So, ta-ta, we're going to just park this engine in the Sidings at the grain depot before we move on to the next one. Bye.